The Astrodome, one of the world's most majestic buildings, definitely the nation's. The Astrodome was built in the early 1960s, and it took the world by surprise, not only because of its amazing size and beauty, but also because it was the first dome stadium to ever been built. Yes, the city of Houston was very proud to have this sensation drawn the attention. There was worldwide media coverage, which brought Houston and many tourists to the city of Houston. However, in recent years, as the Astrodome has been uninhabited, much controversy has arisen on what to do with it. Of course, the popular vote has been to demolish the Astrodome. Unfortunately, this is a short fix. This isn't seeing the big picture. When the Astrodome was first built in the 1960s, it was a sensation. It offered many jobs to the city of Houston. Building the Astrodome took much planning, much hard work, and maintaining the Astrodome over the years has been a feat in itself. It's employed hundreds and thousands of Houstonians for many years, and it seemed as if it died off. People just seemed to stop caring about the Astrodome, which is sad because it's got so much historical relevance with us. As the Astrodome first opened, everybody wanted to come see this first dome stadium. It was, of course, deemed the eighth wonder of the world. Home of the Houston Astros and the Houston Oilers, the Astrodome is home of many fond memories, many competitions, and is a great historical part of the nation. Many Houstonians will remember Warren Moon, who made the song Blue Moon very famous, as he took us to the NFL Super Bowl, where we unfortunately lost. This is also the home of the Houston Astros, who now belong to the Minute Maid Stadium, just down the street from University of Houston. And unfortunately, as the Houston Astros left and the Oilers left to another city, we lost revenue for the Astrodome. The Astrodome became uninhabited and unpopular, and it was basically a building. This started to raise concerns. People didn't understand what the best option to do with this building was, and many people were concerned because this is costing the city of Houston taxpayers quite a bit of money. Unfortunately, votes came out to be that we would salvage the building for the time, but we would start abandoning it. As they were taking the building apart, Houstonians who've been part of the history were buying seats, patches of grass, just like they usually do when a great building comes down. There's been quite a few ideas of what to do with the Astrodome. Unfortunately, none of them were ever carried along with. The Astrodome parking lot was currently used for a parking lot for the very famous Astroworld and Waterworld theme park. Many Houstonians remember this park, sponsored by Looney Tunes, and the Astrodome actually did a very good job making money and revenue just off parking space for the Astroworld. They've talked about building other buildings or knocking it down completely. Unfortunately, if you do want to build another building where the Astrodome is at, there's an existing infrastructure. The existing infrastructure would ensure that any further building, it comes much swifter, easier, and faster. Another thing that's important to remember is what the Astrodome is to Houston and Houstonians. It's a piece of our history. Many of our families who were born in Houston have worked at the Astrodome, have been to the Astrodome, and created many memories at the Astrodome. Astrodome is to Houston what many other geographical locations are to their city and to their location. When some of us think of Egypt, what comes to many of our minds? The Sphinx, the pyramids. When many of us think of Paris, we'll think of the Eiffel Tower. And to be on a more local basis, when we think of New York, we think of the once Twin Towers. When we think of Las Vegas, it's normal to think of casinos, the party life, the bright lights. And unfortunately to Houston, the Astrodome is our Sphinx. The Astrodome is our pyramid. The Astrodome is our casino. To knock it down would not only be a big mistake as far as historical value goes, but also possibilities on building revenue and bringing jobs to the city of Houston. when we're considering on a solution for this project, we should keep a couple things in mind. The fate of the Astrodome depends on what we the people want. We have to remember what the Astrodome has been to the city of Houston and beneficial ways that it could be utilized and preserved, as opposed to just a quick fix, a quick way to save a buck. Because in the long run, the historical value and all the memories that it's brought to the city of Houston could be once again reunited. It would be a great opportunity for tourists to come visit a newly renovated eighth wonder of the world. Thank you.